I just can't take no pleasure in killing. Just some things you gotta do. Don't mean you have to like.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
You want to know what happens to an eyeball when it gets punctured? You got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
What is up, everyone? DJ Anubis here with you on the Metal Time Radio podcast with my ghoul brother from another ghoul mother, Mr. Tony of the Dead. We are the Ghouls of Midnight, where each week we alternate picks, choose a movie, past, present, or future, to sit down and review so you don't have to. And this week was my choice, this round at episode 115 of 1988's Faceless. And as you can see, mine is signed by the one and only lovely Bridget Leahy.
Yeah.
Now I got this, and of course, this Also signed by her, but because I ordered that big old book of hers, The History of Bridget, and I still haven't read through it yet, but it's so huge. Like, it's got a lot of great information about her history in both the adult film industry as well as horror films, and mainly Jess Franco, who is actually the director of Faceless. And she appears a lot in a lot of his films during her career in mainstream movies. But as always, before we dive into the review, let's check out the trailer for Faceless. And pay attention to the soundtrack song because it comes up a lot in this fucking film.
Destination nowhere, a half mile to paradise. Tell me what you find there beyond the sea of gold.
You must bring her back to me, okay? No matter how much it costs. If you have to turn Paris upside down.
This is your last chance, Doctor.
She's very dangerous.
Get off me! You're an animal!
In Saint-Tropez, soon the price of freedom will fall.
He was afraid to operate on living flesh.
Living flesh?
So there you have it.
Yeah.
Still can't go. That song was played so often. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, is this the only song that Jess could get for this damn soundtrack? Because, like,
It must have cost a lot, and they're just like, let's just use it as often as we can.
oh my
In
God.
paradise.
The singer must have had like blackmail photos of Jess or something. It's like, you're going to use my song.
Right. You owe me.
So this is directed by Jess Franco, obviously. Stars Helmut Berger, hell of a name.
Mhm.
Bridget Lay, Telly Savalas, if you notice Mr. Kojak in there, for those that remember him back then. Christopher Mitchum, Stefan Audrun. Carolyn Monroe is also in this. She's one of my favorite screen queens. The interesting thing is, though, like, of course, I'm looking at the wiki here. So two things that I didn't really pick up on. Well, I picked up on one, but not the other, was Carolyn, you know, her name is big enough to be in the film, but you don't really see her a whole lot in the film. Like, it's just sporadically throughout it, once they've kidnapped her and all that.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, like in the cast here, our lead guy, Frank Flumman, the doctor, who's played by Helmut Berger, he had a sister. He had a botched surgery on a woman where her eye was kind of like, so she came to get revenge in the parking garage, and so she threw acid at him, but his sister, apparently Ingrid, pushed him out of the way. Now, I thought this was one of his girlfriends because the way that the trio was walking down the street and kind of hanging out, it was a little bit more sexual than I had anticipated.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize.
France,
What's that?
it's France.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's just how they roll. But so she ends up taking the shot to the face, and like, not in a good way. So the acid, like, you know, it eats her face a little bit. So now he spends his time as a doctor to try to fix her face. But she's gone through surgeries, they couldn't fix it, and it's got, like, you know, she almost looks like the Exorcist there, Linda Blair type shit going on.
Yeah.
But he spends his time now trying to get young women, mainly models or strippers or whatever, to basically take their face and put it on top of hers. But he's failed because you have to make sure the face comes off in one big gulp, and then slap it on.
It's an
But
interesting
it's
way
very,
of putting it, that a big gulp.
big gulp. But it's a very difficult serving. They even end up getting what you see in the trailer is this older man who comes, who's like a more seasoned surgeon, to kind of come perform this. Now it's funny how they all just kind of like, once he shows up, they're just kind of like, yeah, it's cool. We're just going to take these girls and basically keep them alive and then peel their face off and then throw it onto your sister.
Yeah.
So they obviously they numb these girls up. They knock them out. They have them like this downstairs, just like a bunch of cells. They were throwing the girls in and chaining them down or whatever. Which they never get to Carolyn. Like, she was taken earlier in the film, but they don't actually use her and for anything that I can tell, except for maybe when Bridget's character decides she wants to go shopping and wants to use her credit card.
Yeah. Well, I think they didn't use her then because that guy ruined her face. So it's kind of like, what do we do now? Or he like hard-R'd her and then he like hit her and scratched her face.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So I guess
so
they probably just kept her because
she would talk.
It's easy. Yeah, it's easier to keep her there, and then instead of disposing the body or something if they killed her.
Yeah, well, they would, and this is the thing about this film too, because I did watch it when I first got it, but this is only like my second time of going back down the road with it, and I was pleasantly surprised how gory it was. Like I forgot how just disgusting it really was.
Same. I saw this one other time too, and I forgot about it. I forgot how.
Especially the guy we're talking about, that was like the sort of silent bodyguard for the doctor who would dispose of all the bodies and stuff. And so,
yeah,
he was brutal with some of that stuff. So what was your first thought when you had first seen this?
Well, all I know is that it was going to be gross, because I've heard about some people saying like this is like a really gross movie and realistic looking, and I wouldn't say it's like super realistic looking, but it definitely, like, when they're slicing the face off, they're going real slow and the blood's coming on. It's like, I don't know about you, but I'm like the whole time like, and they're awake, but they're like,
yeah,
it's like so crazy. But like, I don't know. I too though thought they were a throuple.
Yes.
Until honestly, until like way toward the end, I had no idea that was his sister, and I'm like, okay, he wants to watch his girlfriend, get laid, and then it's like, I didn't even then I thought it was his girlfriend, and then
that's what I'm saying, because like at first he's closer with her, and obviously we know that Natalie, who's playing by Bridget, is like his assistant. She's like a nurse, so she's like, she's in on the whole thing, but she's like an assistant, but she's just kind of a third party to him and his sister. But the way that they act, I'm like, oh, okay, so they must be like the loving couple, and she's just the added girl into the thing. But reading this, it's like it's his sister. I'm like, wait, what?
Like, she even got jealous, saying like, oh, it's all about her. It's all you ever talk about is Bridget. Or not Bridget.
Natalie. Yeah.
Natalie. It's all you talk about is Natalie. And it's like, aren't you the girlfriend? This is his sister. Like, God.
Yeah, and even a way to, like, when she's like, because she's basically stowed away in her own room for most of the time. But she's always kind of like in silk robes, and her body is gorgeous. Like, and so even when Natalie goes to get her a guy for the night, like, she's wearing the mask. I'm like, if I'm the guy, I'm like, if she's wearing a mask, there's probably a reason. So I would just leave it alone.
And that part was awesome. Like, she just goes,
asshole. It was a good kill too.
Yeah. Asshole.
But it's kind of a credit because, again, so this film, obviously, so spoilers. Don't if you don't want to come back later. Uh, you know, credit to them that is like the girls are still pretty close despite where they are in terms of their um relation to the doctor himself. So like, Natalie was looking out for Ingrid, the sister. So even when Frank was in there, the way that he talks to her, it's almost like a lover would talk to a lover.
Yeah.
But they did have a very close bond. But again, like, most of the movie spends its time with Frank trying to find suitors to remove their face, and it's always going to be like a model or girl. Like he wants to keep his sister youthful, which again, it's hard to say like how much time is passing through this movie, because I'm guessing maybe just a year, because like she's not really aging that much. It's not like a whole lot of time is passing.
Yeah, they don't say, but they're like making it like she doesn't have much time until they can't do it. But
yeah,
I don't see why. I mean, I guess the times like, oh, we have to do it. I mean, I understand you probably only have a certain amount of time to transfer the face over, but
yeah,
she's already scarred up for you're just putting, I don't know. It's a movie. But yeah, they don't really say how long it's been like that, but it's been a little while.
Yeah, so like it wasn't like there was like a 2 or 3 year gap or anything, like, because you would figure she'd be older.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to like when they take the skin off. The one thing I did appreciate was the special effects, because even the eyes after they take it off, their eyes are like looking like, oh my god, that's
like
so
show
good.
it to them like this, and she's like,
it's like total Leatherface, here's your face. Yeah, I think even the doctor says, see how pretty she's gonna be. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. Every woman in this movie is gorgeous too.
Yes. Yeah. And they made a point to do that,
Sure.
But
they did not fail.
No. And Jess is always pretty good with that too, when it comes to let me see.
That's like one reason to watch his movies, because they're usually kind of bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there's always a good looking woman in it with and good looking men too for the ladies. Not always. There are some sleazeballs, but like the guy who drills into that.
What's that?
As like the guy who drills into that door. He's kind of fugly.
Yeah, well, that's why he tries to rape everybody.
Yeah.
But the doctor himself, man, like he walks into a room and the girls are just dropping panties. Like they just.
Oh my god, the old women in that, like they were getting the surgeries. Like she'd like put on the music and enter, and he's disgusted by it. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But so Telly Savalas, he plays Terry Halen, who is Carolyn Monroe's character's. Yeah, he's Kojak. Yeah. Father. So he hires a guy to go and basically track her down, to bring her back, because she just disappears. Now, the guy they send, in some ways, he's kind of a badass, but by the end of it, he's like a dumbass.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, really, dude? After all that, you were kicking some dude's ass. You were fighting a dude with an axe with the fire extinguisher, and now you were dumb enough to get yourself locked into a fucking room.
They used that thing, like twice on the lock the door. Like she did it to the one, and then it locked on him, and then it locked on somebody else too. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different. But like, my God, people, keep the door open.
Well, it's like worse, like, because the one thing that Bridget does well in this is the bitch face. Like she just kind of looks at you and smiles, and it pisses you off.
Oh yeah,
because he's like screaming through the doors, like, "Let me out of here!" And she's just like, "You're not going anywhere, bro."
Yeah. She's so constantly. He's like, "Let me out! What are you smiling at? Let me out of here!" And she's just like, "Do all you want, like like you're not getting anywhere. Nobody even knows you're here." But
right. And then, of course, well, so that's funny too, because then the older surgeon is like, well, we do this, then he comes with this idea where they're basically doing the Telltale Heart. They're gonna bury the entire ground floor behind a wall of concrete.
Yep.
And so, of course, the guy did do one smart thing. The bounty hunter basically was like leaving a message with Savalas' character, like, if you don't hear from me in 12 hours, send the troops or whatever. But again, if they are behind that wall, who's to know if they actually get found?
Yeah. And that's another thing too. I mean, obviously this is still spoilers, but like, was there supposed to be another one?
I think they probably were going to try to leave it for that, but the way that Jess worked, it never really, I don't think he ever really did sequels. So it's like, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But it certainly left the option open, because even the ending where they do succeed with the transplant and his sister's got a pretty new face, which was weird because technically the face should not look like her old face, but it's her face.
Yeah.
Now they probably would have done a better job with that in the modern day where it would look like the other chick's face, but certainly again, they're all happy, they're all drinking champagne or whatever. I thought for sure though, there was a part of me that says, I wondered if the one girl, the sister, I wonder if just a part of me thought, well, man, what if she poisoned that shit for the rest of them and just walked away?
I was surprised the doctor didn't just after that face got ruined, they didn't turn on to his assistant and want to take her face because she's gorgeous.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know. I guess he really loves Natalie too.
Yeah. He loves his throuple.
Love me, sister. Love me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just did not even pick up on that initially.
Why would you?
Right.
There was no hints. Only when they said it, then I was like, "What? Your sister?" Okay.
But maybe that's sort of like the implication that he has a naughty time with his sister, and that's just how he is, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's close, but then there's close.
Right. So, final thoughts and ratings for Faceless.
Well, I'm glad I rewatched this because I didn't remember anything, to be honest. I didn't remember how it ended. I just remembered, she was in it. And I was pleasantly surprised. It had some comic moments to it, especially the fighting scene with, what was his name? Doo or something like that. It was fighting with like, no, not my China, not this, not that. And then it's like he comes in and then the cop beats the shit out of him. That part was funny, but it's like, what?
Oh yeah, the muscle guy.
Yeah, like what is that? But the movie was pretty gross. It was a good story, very good story. That song drove me crazy, but like I kept trying to remember the words because I was going to sing it for you, and all I can remember is "Paradise." That's all I can remember. But
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make up an '80s tune on Sunna, and I'm gonna take the lyrics and use it.
Just put those lyrics in and see what you get.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I'd say that I enjoyed it. Just Franco is usually a hit or miss kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing, I didn't watch them all, but a nice thing on this 4K that we have, or Blu-ray, it has the interviews and stuff on there with Carolyn Monroe and Brigitte and others too. But like, yeah, it's interesting too. Like I said, there's a comment. It's like a subtle thing, but that badass cop that Terry Savalas sends over, he's like, you smoke, and like, no, I quit 2 weeks ago. And everywhere he went to go, he's going to like, he's gonna go in the doctor's office and he's gonna have a cigarette. No smoking here. He's chew gum now. And then he goes into the other guy's like, he's gonna chew gum, and the guy goes, no, not in here. Like that. The guy couldn't chew gum or smoke anywhere he went. That was like a funny little subtle joke that I found funny. But other than that, though, like the cutting to the face and everything, it was. I mean, when they remove the face, you see the eyes looking around. It's like not real, but like it's real enough that it's like, oh God, like you have your mind going like, what if this happened to you? Because they're awake and
Yeah.
they see what's going on, they just can't move. And that's
Right.
and that one part where he's after that, he's cutting the head off
Yeah.
the botched one.
Yeah.
And she's like
Yeah.
that's you don't hear anything or see anything with her talking, but it's so eerie. Like
Yeah.
that happening. Oh, but yeah, it was a good movie. Surprising it was Jess Franco. I would say for me, 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I really like this. I mean, I am a big Jess Franco fan, even for the movies that you kind of don't care for too much. But very rarely does he disappoint me. And it's weird because this is really not like his usual stuff. Because usually he does a lot more atmospheric stuff that's more like Grapes of Death or Iron Rose, stuff like that from the earlier '70s and stuff. So, but this kind of keeps up with like the '80s slashers type stuff that's going on at the time, and he did a really good job with like like you said, the story is really good. Acting is good. There's a lot of great actors in this. The special effects, man, like they really ups it a lot because of just how good they were and how effective it was in terms of like the grotesque scenes and stuff like that. But I'm right there with you. I'm at 8.5 with this. I think it's just one of his better ones in terms of like being just financed and everything.
Yeah.
It's, some people, like you said, they get kind of lost in some of his other more thought-provoking type stuff, but this one's just kind of straightforward. The plot, it knows what it wants to do, but it just adds the flavor of the gore and everything else to it. So it's a very good flick, highly recommended by me for sure.
I'm curious to know if there is a sequel out there that's like under a different title or like something like that. I don't know, but like I don't know if I would want a sequel though. I like how it ended, and it's like kind of think like, well, again, this is spoilers if you're listening to this part, but like Terry Savalas's character, he's like gonna go out there, and it's like you just assume like, oh, they're fucked.
Yeah, because he does have that moment. He's just thinking, about what he's gonna do.
Yep.
But as we know, also like that whole section down there with all the rooms are being walled in. So whether or not they find anything, that's sort of the mystery of it all.
Yeah.
But I do like that they kind of went with that darker ending where the bad guys actually kind of win. So it's kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often.
Mm-mm.
Surprising.
All right. Well, once people are done with this, at some point, Mr. Tony will have his review for Insect, aka Blue Monkey, which will be up on his channel at some point.
Yep.
But give us your thoughts on this. Let me know about Jess Franco. What do y'all think? He's pretty notorious for a director of horror in the circles, so people know him. Let us know what your thoughts on this, Bridget, all of them. And like and subscribe, and please go like and subscribe to Mr. Tony the Dead. A lot of great content over there as well. I don't know why he's pointing the other direction, but
my camera's reversed.
But thanks again for the support for the Ghouls of Midnight, and we'll be doing the same thing this year where we'll go through, we'll watch these movies, and then towards the end of the year, we'll give our top 10 movies that we had not seen previously. So this one wouldn't make my list because I've already seen it. But it is very highly recommended, and it was fun to go back and revisit it. So, but we do have some other films coming up that I haven't seen. I know he saw my next pick already because he fucked up, but he says I did a good job. I did a good job. So now I'm excited to kind of watch my next pick.
Yeah.
So, and which that will be Jimmy and Stiggs, which I've never heard of, but I saw it, said, all right, this looks cool. Let's give it a whirl. But yeah, see you later. Thank you all for the support, and we'll see you next time on the Metal Time Radio podcast.
Have a cool night.
You see me before you die.